It's as close to time travel as we're gonna get. This Week in Music History with Marty Miller.
Hello there, that would be me, and welcome to our little podcast that goes through the week in music history, and we do it in less than 10 minutes. So, get on with it. This is the week, July 13th to 17th. Live Aid happened this week 41 years ago.
And we walked on. I've never seen so many cameras, TV and never seen before and never seen since. You just cannot imagine.
It's Francis Rossi of Status Quo. Elton John was number one on the album charts this week in 1972.
And it's indeed odd to find tomorrow's music being made in yesterday's crumbling splendour.
And I have a little guilty pleasure. Billie Holiday. I love her singing voice. She died this week at the age of 43 and absolutely penniless.
The very thought of you.
Let's time travel.
This Week in Music History with Marty Miller.
In 1985, at 12:01, Status Quo started the Live Aid extravaganza, held between Wembley Stadium in London and JFK Stadium in Philadelphia. The cream of the world's biggest rock stars taking part in a worldwide event raising over 40 million quid. And television pictures beamed to over 1.5 billion people in 160 countries. It all started like this, if you remember.
It's 12 noon in London, 7 a.m. in Philadelphia, and around the world it's time for Live Aid.
Then after all of that, Status Quo were the first out. Francis Rossi remembers.
On that gig, it wasn't the audience and the band. Everybody was one. I never felt that before, never felt it since, and it's never going to happen again. It was quite unique.
Yeah, Brendan wants to know what it was like to open Live Aid, because it was the best opening to a gig he's ever seen, and Niall says exactly the same thing.
I like those two people.
You do?
It wasn't until we walked on, apart from just before that, me seeing Madonna go for a leak with about 12 guys around her, which put everybody's nose out backstage, because you don't do that. Yeah. And we walked on. I've never seen so many cameras, TV and never seen before and never seen since. You just cannot imagine. And that's the first moment I realised the gravity of the situation, that, wow, this is serious stuff. But you get on and you do it.
And then after playing in London, Phil Collins hightailed it to Philadelphia on the supersonic Concorde to play with a bunch of English lads.
I'd like to introduce some friends of mine to you. Would you welcome Mr. Robert Plant, Mr. Jimmy Page, Mr. John Paul Jones, Mr. Danny Thompson, Mr. Paul Martinelli.
Incredible when you think about it, that 41 years ago Phil Collins could get across the Atlantic in less than 3 hours, and now we just can't do that kind of travel at that speed at the moment, but it's coming back. 1973, during a gig in Hollywood, California, Phil Everly smashed his guitar and stormed off stage. Don finished the set by himself, announcing then that he thinks the Everly brothers had split. It was the last time the duo performed together for nearly 10 years, actually.
We hope you enjoy one called Kathy's Clown.
Here he comes, that's Kathy's clown. I've gotta stand so.
We mentioned Live Aid, and it was this week in 1982 that Pink Floyd's The Wall movie came out and premiered at the Empire Cinema in Leicester Square, London. Bob Geldof played the role of Floyd Pinkerton.
The memories. The madness. The music. The movie. The Wall.
We don't need no education.
In 1972, this week, Elton John started a 5-week run at number one on the top of the US album chart with the Honky Chateau.
And it's indeed odd to find tomorrow's music being made in yesterday's crumbling splendour. Here, in very Spartan conditions, he and the group lead a strange monastic existence for the best part of a month, working by night and sleeping by day.
And this was sad. 1981, what a way to go. No thank you. Singer-songwriter Harry Chapin, who had massive success in the 70s with WOLDDD and also number one with Cats in the Cradle, We play that all the time on our radio station. He was killed aged 38, suffering a cardiac arrest while driving in New York. Then his car was hit from behind by a truck, causing the fuel tank to explode.
And finally, this note of sadness. Singer-songwriter Harry Chapin was killed today in a car accident on Long Island Expressway. Chapin was in a Volkswagen Rabbit and was hit by a flatbed tractor-trailer truck. The car caught fire. Chapin was pronounced dead at the scene.
Another bit of sad news, 2012, John Lord, the former keyboard player with Deep Purple, died at age 71. He was a co-founder of Deep Purple back in 1968, and he co-wrote many of the group's songs like Smoke on the Water. He also played with bands like Whitesnake. He had been receiving treatment for pancreatic cancer since the previous August.
Deep Purple founder John Lord has passed away at the age of 71. The keyboardist was best known for co-writing many of the band's most famous songs, including Smoke on the Water. He died today, July 16th, from a pulmonary embolism after a long battle with pancreatic cancer.
Good evening. I'm David Coverdale. John Douglas Lord, I salute you.
Geez, more sadness. This time, 1959, when, such a voice, Billie Holiday died in a New York City hospital. Years of alcohol abuse. She was only 43 years of age. While under arrest for heroin possession, with police officers stationed at the door to her room, that's when she died in the hospital. In the final years of her life, she'd been swindled out of her earnings and she died with about 70 cents in the bank. But what a voice.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do.
1968 this week, we got the film Yellow Submarine. The Beatles made a cameo appearance in the film, but didn't supply their own voices for their own characters. Weird.
The Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine.
The forces of good. The Beatles. The forces of evil. The Apple Bonkers. The terrible flying glove. The arch villain. The blue meanie.
And finally, 2011 this week, Bruce Springsteen made a surprise appearance at a tribute show for his good buddy Clarence Clemens at a bar in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Bruce played a 45-minute set to a lucky crowd of 400, all in the name of the big man.
Do you like good music? Sweet soul music. Long as it's swinging. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is a look at this week in music history. We've just time travelled in less than 10 minutes through the week of July 13th to 17th. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Share it with a friend, will you? And check out next week's episode, same day, same channel.
Zipping through a week in a matter of minutes. This week in music history, the podcast.